Alright, shalom, shalom. I'm still Jim Wrestling to go. Come back at you in a lesson. Before I do get into this lesson, I'm going to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekha Kodash. Next up, double honors to my apostles and elders of Green Millstone, who taught me the 100% truth of the Bible and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth, diligence and sincerity. And I'm going to just jump right into it, and Lord willing, this be a edifying lesson surrounding around the fact that Israel is a chosen nation. The Lord only cares about the nation of Israel. And we're just going to jump right into it. This is St. Matthew. Salakia. This is St. Matthew, chapter 15, and verse 24. And it reads, Salakia. This is St. Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24, and it reads, "But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." Right? Israel consists in today's time, Israel consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And not only just this time, but we are the ethnic Jews. We are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, right? So the lost sheep, pursuant to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the curses, right? The Israelites were scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. We got Israelite foreigners who look like these heathens, but go back to Selam, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then we also have these natural Israelites who look just how they're supposed to look, but who are following after the ways of these heathenistic customs, right? So those are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And that's who the Heavenly Father sent His only begotten Son to receive and grab back in, right? So let's jump to St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5, and it reads, these 12, St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5, it reads, these 12, Yahweh Shai sent forth. Yahweh Shai, His name is He saves, He delivers. He sent forth 12 what? 12 disciples, and it reads, and commanded them, saying, so this is a commandment to those 12, right? And that trickles down on to the rest of the prophets to these days right here. So let's read. Go not into the way of the Gentiles, right? So we're talking about natural Gentiles, right? Not we're talking about natural Gentiles, natural heathens, and it reads on. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. We're talking again, natural Gentiles, natural heathens. It reads, verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right. So what? We got natural Gentiles, we got natural Samaritans, we got these heathens who the Lord told the 12 to go ye not, right? They're going to these lands, but they're not speaking to those people. They're trying to reach the lost sheep of the house of Israel who were scattered amongst these nations. They're not just going to these nations just to preach, and whoever hears it is saved, which basically that's what they're doing. But whoever receives it is ultimately an Israelite. They're not of these natural Gentiles. They're of the nation of Israel if they do indeed receive it, whether they look like a heathen or whether they look like a natural Israelite. So let's jump to Acts 5 and 29. And it reads, Acts chapter 5 verse 29. Oops, lucky. Bear with me 1 second. Acts chapter 5 verse 29, and it reads, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. So what? The scripture we just read reiterated twice that we're seeking the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We're seeking those who are scattered amongst the heathen, who may look like the heathens, but whose seed line actually go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelite foreigners, along with Israelites, right, who look like natural Israelites, the ethnic Jews, right, but who are following after the ways of these heathens, these heathenistic customs, right? So whoever of them may receive this word that we're preaching, that's who the Lord Yahweh, who the word going to call Jesus Christ, was sent unto, man. So we rather obey the scriptures rather than man, who says that the Lord came for each and everybody in every nation, which is not true, because the scriptures have just spoken otherwise, man. So we rather obey the Most High rather than man. So let's jump to Acts chapter 13, right? Verse 26, and it reads, you can start at 22, if you want to, but we're going to get the point right here in 26. Men and brethren, children of the stock of Abraham. Look up the word stock, man. We're talking about the seed line, stock, the heritage, the bloodline, right? Children of the stock of Abraham. And whosoever among you feareth the Most High. So whosoever among the seed line of Abraham, and we know we're talking about the chosen seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Whosoever among you who fear the Most High, so who are following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their abilities, right? Let's read on. To you is the word of this salvation sent. So those of the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who fear the Most High, who are following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their abilities, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, who among them, right, is to who this salvation is sent, man, and no other nation, man. Nobody else was given the promise through the seed line of Abraham, but Isaac and Jacob, man. You have to read those accounts to know. Let's jump to Joel, right? Chapter 2, verse 27, and it reads, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, right? We're talking about the Lord, right? The Heavenly Father. He is in the midst of Israel, and it reads on, and that I am the Lord your power, and none else. So the Heavenly Father is the Israelites' power and none else, just ours. And it reads on, and my people shall never be ashamed, right? And the people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans shall never be ashamed, right? We're going to have the 1/3 remnant who are being ushered into the new kingdom of heaven, right? 2/3 of our people will die, right? And will catch an unbelievable pain through death, right? But they'll also be re-ushered in through the loins of the elect into the kingdom of heaven, and shall be ushered into an everlasting kingdom, right? They just have to catch it through the second way around. But they'll never be ashamed again. The Lord is going to uphold his people forever and ever, man. So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. And it reads, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It reads, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. Talking about the Israelites. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And we're talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord have chosen you to be a special people upon the face of the earth above all people upon the face of the earth, man. There's no getting around that. There's no gray area. There's no underlining, meaning to that. That is simple and plain. The Israelites are above every nation upon the face of the earth. The Lord only cares about the nation of Israel. Before I close it out, I want to give our honor, our glory, and our praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rechai Kodash. Next up, double honor to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, taught me 100% truth of the Bible, and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity. Till next time I say, Shalom.